Hi guys, oh god, Rishi Sunak's plan to stop the boat seems to be getting worse and worse. Instead of dealing with the root cause of the problem, which is the massive backlog in the processing of claims, it seems the Tory government is determined to make the lives of those who are claiming asylum even more miserable, while at the same time trying to stop the flow of support going to more extreme parties like Nigel Farage's Reform UK. We saw this to a certain extent during Brexit, and it seems to be happening once again. A Farage tail wagging a Tory dog. One of the plans is to move asylum seekers out of hotels and into disused ferry boats. Yes.
Yeah, the plans that Shingy was reporting on there for Scampton are really part of a broader push by the government to try and move all asylum seekers, migrants out of hotels. And we're expecting an announcement to that effect in the coming weeks. Essentially, the government signalling the end of hotels being used for refugee accommodation in that way. They will be moved into military bases, as you heard there, but potentially one plan also being looked at is utilising disused ferries to potentially house people as well. Previous proposals to use holiday parks and potentially student accommodation, those are understood to be less likely to be used. Those may well be put, those plans essentially on pause now. And of course, all of this comes as the government's illegal immigration bill prepares to come back to the Commons on Monday and Tuesday, with several Conservative MPs planning on trying to push through changes to toughen it up as they see it and to try and remove any role for the European Court of Human Rights. Several papers reporting this morning that the Prime Minister may be meeting many of those MPs in the coming days to try and assure them on the changes that he wants to push through. But clearly this is one of the big promises that Rishi Sunak made ahead of the next general election, stopping cross-channel migration and stopping the boats coming from France, but also that all sits on top of broader reforms that he wants to push through in terms of the asylum system and the use of hotels. Expect it to be controversial, though, both as new sites are picked out to house asylum seekers, but also from those that work with refugees and asylum seekers saying that for people that are fleeing dangerous and perilous positions, they're now being put in even more unpleasant situations here.
Okay, so what is this about? This is about keeping the likes of Lee Anderson or Johnathan Gullis happy, because they have been banging on about the use of hotels. And I think for many Tories, the idea is not really to bring down the numbers that are on these on the backlog, but it's about just moving the problem out of sight and out of mind. So asylum seekers in hotels in the centre of town is not a good image for the Tories. So what they want to do instead is move these people out into disused barracks, which are not fit for purpose, as we've heard before, and even disused ferry boats. Now, once again, it's this idea of, this is attracting attention. People staying in these hotels for months on end. It's attracting a level of attention that we can't deal with. It's turning people off the Conservative Party. It's fueling the likes of the Reform UK party. So instead of actually dealing with the problem, trying to bring down the numbers, creating safe routes, no, what we do is we move people around. So move them into places outside of town so that the public don't really see it. And also it serves another purpose, because if the public don't see it, it's more difficult for charities and organizations to highlight the problems that asylum seekers are facing. Ferry boats are not designed to hold people for months on end. These barracks are not designed to hold asylum seekers, families, children. They're not designed for that. So you're going to have overcrowding, you're going to have health problems, sanitary problems. But it's about getting these asylum seekers out of town so that you help your local Tory MP. Say, look, we've resolved the problem. See, vote for us. Continue to provide us with your support. And create a situation where life is more difficult for them. It's about making life difficult, I believe. This is part of the problem as well. This sort of deterrent that they're talking about. If the message gets back to people in other parts of the world who want to come to the UK to claim asylum. No, don't go there. You'd be treated like crap. But I think the core here is about moving people out of the hotels, which is creating a bit of a problem for particular Tory MPs, and a sort of out of sight, out of mind resolution to this. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.